Hey, what's up guys? Kai here, and welcome back to the No Magicite Challenge Run for Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. And because it's been a little while since our last episode, I want to start things off with a quick recap of recent events. So, previously, we had discovered a cave beneath Figaro, which led us to an ancient castle wherein a great battle took place 1,000 years ago during the War of the Magi in the form of an Esper invasion. Unfortunately for the inhabitants of said castle, their greatest warrior, Odin, who was also an Esper, was too busy getting stoned to actually do anything about it, and the castle fell. So we had to look around and picked up some pretty good treasure, among which was the Offering, one of the best relics in the game, and we'll talk about what makes that item so powerful a little bit later on. We also found a secret chamber where we took the liberty of reading the Queen's diary that we found, and we learned that she was actually in love with Odin, quite the taboo and forbidden affair, and if you brought Terra with you, then you get a little bit of special dialogue there. We also ran into another one of those 8 legendary dragons, but legendary or not, we kicked its ass all the same. And finally, we found the queen of the castle, who had also been turned to stone. Now, upon bringing Odin's Magicite shard to the queen's statue, the statue will shed a tear, it will land on Odin's Magicite, and allow him to ascend to his true form, Raiden. Now, how a statue is able to cry is beyond me. But then again, didn't something similar happen in Dragon Quest V? Well, anyway, naturally, after all of that, the next course of action was to come back here to the Coliseum and do some more gambling. Because today we're going to be taking on yet another difficult challenge. And what we're going to be doing specifically is we're going to be betting both of our heal rods and get those turned into Magus rods. I only have one of them in my inventory here because I already fought this battle once off screen. Now, the enemy we'll be facing is dangerous because every time you attack, it will counterattack with an ability called Cleave, which deals a moderate amount of physical damage, and immediately afterwards it will cast Step Mine, which, if you'll remember, is non-elemental, unblockable, and ignores magic defense, so you quite literally have no way of mitigating its damage. And if that wasn't bad enough, the enemy also uses this Wombo combo for its final attack. And looking at my low levels in HP, yeah, I won't be able to survive more than one of these, which means I need to win the fight in a single attack. Now, normally, I use either Mog or Edgar as a Dragoon, and win the battle relatively easily, either with a double jump and a holy proc from Mog, or a triple jump from Edgar. However, without being able to use Magicite in this playthrough to boost my strength from leveling, I don't deal nearly enough damage, and I had to get a perfect quadruple jump when I did this off screen, and that took a while. You only have a 1 in 16 chance, I believe, to get a quadruple jump with the Dragon Horn equipped, and that comes to 6.25% if I'm not mistaken. But I don't want to sit around waiting and praying for that to happen again, so I have devised a new strategy for this fight, and if I can get the computer to do what I want, then it will make this battle one of the easiest battles here at the Coliseum. Still reliant on luck though. Now all you have to do is make sure your character has a maximum defense of 255. Whoops, wrong button. Again, you can either go with Edgar or Mog, and the reason is because with maximum defense, you will negate the damage from Cleave. Otherwise, Step Mine will most likely kill you this early in the game. Of course, you can always come back here after doing some massive level grinding and just annihilate this guy, but I have patience problems and I don't think grinding is really necessary. So sure, let's give this a try. We're going to wager the heal rod, and we are going to be put up against a Tonberry who has around 9,000 HP and can also petrify you by casting Break. Now I still want to go with Edgar, only I want him to cast a spell in the first round. Yes! Okay, this is still doable as long as Edgar can survive long enough to cast a spell on his next turn. Damn it. Okay, take 4. Come on, Edgar. All you have to do is cast a spell. That's it. Yes. Alright. Please don't miss. Damn it. Well, as you can see there, I'm attempting to cast Imp on this guy because he is not immune to the Imp status. Alright, GG. Now this battle is virtually impossible for us to lose. Unless Edgar decides to sabotage himself by casting Imp again, in which case, well, I would just go cry in a corner. But yeah, no more break, no more step mine. All the Tomberry can do now is double attack us every round with critical hits. But thanks to our maxed out defense, we have nothing to worry about. So it's just going to be a waiting game at this point. Really? Wow. 6% chance of getting a quadruple jump, and it happens on my 4th try after putting a lot of thought into coming up with this tactic here. Thanks, game. Thanks a whole lot. Well, alright, we now have 3 Magus Rods, and that means Go-Go, Strago, and Realm each have their best weapon in the game. Now this method obviously works best with no Magicite, or in a playthrough where you control which spells your character has. In this case I have no spells except for the Imp spell, thanks to the Imp armor, so when Edgar decided to cast a spell, this was the only one he could pick from. And that's why that strategy works there. So, alright. Oh, shit, whoops, there we go. Okay, we're done with the Colosseum for a little while, so let's get the hell out of here, rearrange our party, and take on the next quest. So I'll be right back. Alright, we're back, and the only real change I made was I switched out Go-Go for Gaul. Remember way back when we first got our airship, Celeste told Setzer to follow that pigeon? Well, now we're finally going to follow up on that and see where it takes us. So let's head over here to Maranda. See what's going on with that bird. And by the way, I'll go over the rest of my setup momentarily. Hey, get out of my way. NPCs, the bane of my existence. Hey, how's it going? Oh, it's Lola. Remember her? Wait a minute. Yeah, we were there earlier. Well, let's see who's sending these letters. How would you know that, Gaul? You can't read or write. That's strange. Why would Cyan be sending letters to Lola? Sure, why not? Maybe it will lead us to Cyan, or whoever really is sending these letters. So once you talk to Lola, all you gotta do is come out here and talk to this bird here. There's your door. Ah, okay, looks like we're going north of Jador, probably back to Zozo. But first, let's have a quick look at the weapons shop here. No, we can't buy them. Okay. I was hoping to buy some more Ninja Stars, but I think you can only get those in Thamasa. So that's everything we can do here for now. Let's go ahead and head to Zozo. There we are. Whoops. Alright, welcome to Zozo, where it is still raining, and you're still hungry. I gave the Moogle Charm to Mog to negate the random battles out here because the enemies are exactly the same as they were earlier in the game. And what we want to do first is come talk to this guy. Ah, Mount Zozo. What is a Rust Rid anyways? Is that like Rid X for Rust? Sure, we'll pay 1,000 gold for some overpriced WD-40. Why not? Anyways, I remember for the longest time, really, that I always thought the game designers were lazy or they just forgot about this place. Like, why else would they put new enemies everywhere else in the game except Zozo? You know, why are these enemies still the same as they were earlier in the game? And I was thinking about it just a few days ago, actually, and I finally realized that they weren't lazy, they were actually smart. Oh, wait a second. Let's get Mog off of the Moogle Charm. Give him Dragon Boots. Take a quick look at my setup here. I have the Hero Ring on Gaul with the Experience Egg. Edgar and Mog are going to be jumping, and Celeste is pretty much just here to soak up some experience and be a pocket healer if I need one. This dungeon is so easy, it really doesn't matter. In fact, all of the enemies here don't have any spells. All they can do is attack you physically. So, ooh, a red cap. Very nice. That increases your max HP by 25%. But like I was saying, all of the enemies here only have physical attacks. So what you could do is summon Phantom or cast Vanish on your whole party, and you'll never take any damage here. Anyways, Boris here, remember him from earlier, is weak to poison, so let's go with Trillium on Gaw. And not get Bio, of course. What was I saying? Oh, right, the enemies in Zozo. So I was thinking about it the other day and I realized that it wasn't an oversight or the developers being lazy. Remember, all of the enemies we fought were humans, whether it be those gypsies or thieves or the giant guys or little repo men. And I thought maybe those were actually people that just lived in Zozo. And when the world ended, only monsters were really affected. At least, I think that's what one of the NPCs tells us somewhere in the game. So yeah, it makes sense that the enemies now are the same as they were before because humans aren't affected. So yeah, it's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. I'm glad they actually... Oh, you suck. Oh well, we don't really need money anyways. We pretty much bought everything that we could ever want. And my controller just died. One sec. Okay, well that was strange. I'm using my PlayStation 4 controller plugged into my computer as a joystick, but for some reason every couple of minutes it just decides to stop being responsive. I don't know, I kind of did this on a whim, so I'm going to have to tweak with my settings a little bit and look into why this is happening, if there's a reason for it at all. And I realize Gaw should be in the front row if I'm going to be using Cat Scratch. So that doesn't happen. Alright, moving on. Here we get a Thunder Shield. Very nice. I want to go ahead and give that to Mog. Going to be important later on in this dungeon. Even though he's going to be avoiding a lot of damage anyways, it would still be nice to have for when I actually need it. Because Dragoons aren't in the air all the time, unfortunately. That would just be broken and OP. Ooh, an Aegis Shield. One of the best shields in the game. It doesn't have any elemental protection like the Force Shield does, but it has really good stats, and I'm going to give that to Celeste. We'll give the Force Shield to someone else who doesn't have elemental protection by way of armor. And here we get a gold hairpin. Awesome. I guess that would be the first one in the game that you have access to if you saved Mog, otherwise you would get one earlier from Lone Wolf back in Narsh. Alright, after that battle Mog gained a level, and I lied, we have 2 gold hairpins. I'm pretty sure we also got one earlier somewhere. I don't know, I never use it. Anyways, got a save point there, and over here, if we step on this... Whoa, a dragon came out of that box. Oh man, horrific nightmares of Final Fantasy V. Anyways, I'm going to take a quick second here to rearrange my setup, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's take a quick look at the preparations I've made for this upcoming boss fight, namely with Gaw. I gave him the Offering and the Merit Award. Also equipped him with the Genji armor and a circlet to boost his strength, the Thunder Shield to protect him against wind elemental attacks, and a Thunder Blade because it's Thunder Elemental and that will really help boost his damage. Edgar and Mog are the same as they were before. Again, Thunder Shield on Mog to protect him against wind, and Minerva on Celeste for that same reason. Also put Gaul in the front row. So now we'll just sit around and wait for that dragon to come to us. For boss time against the Storm Dragon, who, despite his name, is actually very weak against lightning. So want to go with Bolt 2 with Celeste, jump with both Dragoons, and for Gaw, I want to go with the Stray Cat Rage. Now, as you saw, the Storm Dragon uses Wind Slash. He also uses other wind elemental attacks, which is why I brought the appropriate elemental defenses. And he's pretty quick. If you're coming here earlier in the game, he can actually be somewhat tough. In fact, I would have a character on standby ready to go with the Cure 2 at all times, because at that point, you don't have any protection against wind, and this guy will rape your face. Other good sources of damage are Thunder Blades. You can throw them if you have Shadow. You can break Thunder Rods. Those are also a good way to deal some damage. But we almost got this guy. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, Gaw, for his low level, he dealt a lot of damage. 4k each hit without an Atlas Armlet. That's pretty good. And that is the power of the Offering. It gives you 4 attacks per round. It's essentially the X-Fight command from Final Fantasy V. Ooh, Bolt 2. Not that we need it. Or a leveled up Double Cut Materia from Final Fantasy VII. And it actually works in tandem with Gaw's Rage. Combine that with the Merit Award, and you can get some pretty sick and broken combos with Gaw, who is probably going to die. Yep, saw that one coming. Oh well. And you don't have poison, so whatever. But yeah, Storm Dragon, very easy, and you get a very good reward for it. So, alright. Now that he's out of the way, we're just about done with this dungeon here. And you know what? I don't care about getting any more experience. I just want to get this over with. So, Moogle Charm, back on Mog. And let's just make a straight shot to the end here. Hey, we found, well, someone's office. Dear Lola. What do you mean by that? Ah, looks like whoever this is plans on coming clean. Yeah, that is true. Ah, so it is Cyan. Well, where is he? Hey, there he is. So wait a minute. This whole time, Cyan has been up here on this mountain, impersonating some poor girl's dead boyfriend. Why? Way to be useful, Cyan. You could be training, you could be leading a militia. I mean, something, but no, you're up here getting your rocks off by messing with some poor girl's heart. Well, yeah, kind of. What's he freaking out about? Is he embarrassed? So what? You're a samurai that can write letters, and make flowers out of silk. It's not like you're any less manly for doing that. Ah, diversion. Okay. Whatever you say, bro. Oh, Cyan. Ah, Cyan, the compassionate soul. Well, looks like he rejoined our party, but he never really finished his story other than he felt sorry for the girl. And over here we get the key to Cyan's treasure chest. What's inside? Let's find out. Really, Woolsey? Machinery manual. Yeah, in the original Japanese version of the game, that is actually a pornographic magazine, a lustful lolly-ho, if you will, and a book of secrets. But Ted Woolsey took the liberty of changing it to a manual on machinery to play off of Cyan's inability to handle machinery. And some people say that's why his reaction seems a little out of place, because it makes no sense, and, hey, who closed that box? Yeah, thanks, Woolsey, thanks a whole lot. But anyways, we got Cyan back. That's all we can do here. We solved the mystery of the mysterious letters. So the only question now remains is, will Cyan come clean? Or will he become the game's token dirty old man? You'll just have to wait until next time to find out. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Kai, and I'll see you next time.